Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
How y'all doing today? I hope today is a great day, because it is for us.
Yes, it is.
All right, so what we're bringing you today is the video of our finished roof, our finished bedroom, as far as being dry yet.
Right.
Finished. But the structure of the house has taken shape.
Yes, it has. It finally looks like a home.
It finally looks like a home. Finally looks like a house.
Yes.
3 months
Whew.
to do this and this roof. But perseverance and staying diligent to the task got us here.
Yes,
So
it did.
what we're going to do today is discuss some of this roofing stuff for anybody who wants to take on this part of the journey and understand what you're getting yourself into when it comes to this roofing. So I'm going to start with some things that I didn't know. All right. First thing. Look, I had to take notes this time. I got my notes. I got so much. So get y'all notepads. First thing you got to learn about putting on a roof is pitch. You got to know what kind of pitch you want on your roof. All right. Pitch has to do with the slope of the roof, the rise and the run of the roof. So you got to go back to 10th grade algebra, rise, run, slopes, and relearn that stuff. The higher the pitch, the steeper the pitch, the more expensive it's going to be, the harder it is, but also the safer it is. The flatter the roof, the lower the pitch, the less expensive it'll be, the easier it'll be, but more weather potential issues. For instance, snow. If you got a low pitch roof, that weight of that snow can sit on that roof, and if you get hit with a lot of snow, that might not be such a great thing. I mean, today is September 11th. Denver got 12 inches of snow 2 days ago.
Yep.
It ain't fall. It's still summer by definition. They got 12 inches of snow. Okay? Hint, hint, ding, ding. Pay attention. So anyway, the pitch has to do with weight and snow and also wind issues. Okay, if it's a higher pitch, less probability of things getting ripped off and slammed off into the wind. Lower pitch, the wind can catch it and snatch it off easier. So with all that being said, I went with a 612 pitch. Wasn't super steep, but it was nice. It took a little bit to walk on and get used to, but it was cool. So that's one thing I went with. It was a 612 pitch. So study your pitches, understand what a pitch is, and what pitch you want for whatever your purpose is. Next thing is be attentive to 24 on center, 16 on center. That goes back to the measuring, making sure your measurements are right. That's a real big deal, especially when you're putting that plywood on. Okay, we went with a 5/8 OSB board on the bedroom and a 7/16 OSB board on the shipping container. The 5/8 is much heavier, much more sturdier, much more heavy duty. The 7/16 is typical what most builders use, but since the shipping container has a roof, the roof was more cosmetic on the container. On the bedroom, the roof is more substance and plays a bigger role in just viability of the structure. So we went with a heavier duty plywood on the roof. So make sure you do that for whatever you're going to do. A real big deal, venting. Out here in this desert, it's hot. You got to make sure stuff is vented right, make sure it's insulated right. So I brought a couple of show and tells today. So here's my show and tell. This is called radiant barrier. All right, it's dual-sided, which means it's on both sides. Basically, it's like glorified bubble wrap with aluminum foil on it. But what it does is, from the outside, it prevents heat from penetrating and coming into your residence. From the inside, in the wintertime, it prevents your heat inside from getting out. So that's why I got the dual-sided. It's a little pricey, but I think it's well worth the cost, especially being out here off-grid where, I'm not going to have an air conditioner, just central air. We will have an air conditioner, but it's not going to be like central air back in Michigan where you just have it on all day, every day. Right. So out here, I want to create the structure to need it as least as possible. Okay, so we'll have ceiling fans and with the radiant barrier and good insulation. It's pretty cool. Like even right now, some of our neighbors was like, well, we thought y'all was going to be living in a hot box. They came in here and they was like, wow, it's cool.
Yeah, you can tell the difference already.
Yeah, you can tell the major difference. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Next thing we put on the roof is like foam board. This stuff's 2 inches thick. This is all across the top of the shipping container roof. What we're doing here, we're going to use the radiant barrier on the inside as well. And we're going to use R21 insulation, standard insulation of R21. Okay. So those are the couple of things I want to make sure I mention. Radiant barrier, foam board. Take your insulation real serious. Okay. Wood and dimensions. Man, we built this.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, this thing. The roofer we didn't put the metal on. All right. I didn't feel comfortable having my wife up on the roof putting on the metal because you actually have to stand on the roof to put the metal on. So she was very helpful in getting the OSB boards and getting the wood up for that. But we kind of drew the line in the sand when it came to the metal. Also because the metal was expensive. And being novice, it ain't like wood where you can just pick up another piece and recut it.
Right.
You only get so many pieces of the metal you order. And if you screw them up, they're screwed up. Mm-hmm. So we just decided to hire someone to do the metal. So the metal is what was I going with that? I forgot. What was I saying? Okay.
You were talking about why we hire someone.
Why we hire somebody to do the metal. Dude. Having a brain freeze. She gonna edit all this shit out. So we hired somebody to do the metal because it was so much of a big deal of standing up there and being out on that roof, and that metal is unforgiving. All right, so we just paid for that, and we're going to get to some costs next. So I think those are the big things I wanted to talk about. Mostly the insulation, the radiant barrier, the cost. We spent $2,000 on the wood to frame it out. We spent $4,500 on the metal itself. And then we spent $4,000 on the installation of the metal. So we had the cost of the metal and then install the metal. So altogether, we spent about almost $11,000 on getting the roof done.
A lot.
That was a lot. But it's done. And it looks like a house now.
Yes.
So now we can move to windows, insulation, framing, electrical, all the inside stuff.
Right.
Yeah, all the inside stuff. So with all that, I'm gonna let my wife give her nickels. That's my 2 cents. Go ahead, Pat.
The only thing, this project was the most dreaded project for me in thinking about the whole container build and everything that we've done out here thus far and what we still have to do. The roofing was the most dreaded part for me because, one, I don't like ladders and being up on heights. No, even though you see me in the videos on it, I really feel so uncomfortable with it. And it just seemed such a convoluted idea in my mind on how we were going to pull this off as far as, creating the whole framing for the roof. Our ability to do it with just him and I, it was very overwhelming for me in my thought process. And looking back on it now, I really, with all that being said, I did not realize how involved the roof was really going to be as far as, figuring out the venting system. We had to put in the pipes for the plumbing for the toilet, so that those stink pipes or vent pipes can vent out through the roof. We had to think about that and already have that in place. Yeah. for the hot water tank. We had to do the venting for that. We had to figure out what that was going to go. So, in this video, you see us doing the utility room, which will house the hot water tank, my washer and dryer, the batteries for the solar system. All of that will be in that room. So, understanding how we were going to do the installation, because we kept going back and forth about that as far as our value, figuring out what was going to be the best and, comparable as far as economics. And I did not realize it was going to be as expensive with us doing it ourselves outside of hiring someone to put on the metal sheathing. I really did not realize it was going to be that expensive.
Yeah.
So, and going back to the last video when I said try not to get too ahead of yourself in trying to get things accomplished and thinking about, I just want it done and I want the end result. You really do have to take your time and really think things through and realize all that goes into play with everything. And, since we've gotten back from Detroit in March, we've been going at a steady pace trying to get, this bedroom done, the utility run done, and get it all dried in. And it was very overwhelming.
It was stressful.
And it was stressful.
It was stressful.
Because
it was an everyday thing.
Yeah, and you can't mess up, you can't forget anything, especially as it relates to the roof. We really had to plan out, where the toilets were going to go for the master bathroom and the other bathroom, and where we were going to put those vent pipes for that. So we couldn't get too ahead of ourselves and work too fast because, those things were important for us to figure out and have done before they came out and did the metal sheathing. So, I have to say that this was the really big deal in our build, and, it really was.
This was the make or break
right
of this adventure.
Right.
If we hit this ball out the park, it's all downhill.
Mm-hmm.
It's all easy now.
Mm-hmm.
The well is drilled, the septic is in place,
mm-hmm.
the solar is up. Now the roof is on. Now the house exists.
Exactly.
Prior to that, it was everything leading up to the existence of a house.
Mm-hmm.
You got some cement block, you built a room, you got poured cement, you got some containers sitting on some blocks. That's, what a lot of people out there might have thought,
Right.
But now with the roof on it,
now actually taking shape. Yeah.
And once we slap the windows in,
mm-hmm.
you'll actually see the house.
Mm-hmm.
So from here, we can't even articulate how
happy we are.
Happy we are. We're about to take it easy to the end of the year and come back and grind hard in spring.
Mm-hmm.
But we are very overwhelmed, and we want to thank everybody who gives us support.
Yes.
And who follows, and we hope we are measuring up to communicating back to you the expectations of this, so that you guys can get started. As you can see, things are moving. You're looking at California. You're looking at what just happened in Louisiana. You got 4 more hurricanes coming right now. These weather events are getting very serious, and they're going to take a effect on your food supply. So I'm going to go a little deep here, just a little bit. Start stacking. Start stacking dry goods. Start stacking food goods. Start taking that very serious. Those people in whatever the city was in Louisiana, I forget the name of the city at the moment, but they were standing in line 5 hours to get MREs from the military. What never hit the news was gas stations had no power, so they couldn't get gas and leave. Grocery stores had no power. They couldn't go buy food. They had no power at their homes. And they had 100-degree temperatures.
No water.
And no water. Take these weather events very, very serious. Start keeping an eye on them and start preparing. This thing isn't slowing down. It's getting worse. And that's our message to you guys. Those of you who are following, those who are consciously waking up, those who do have a clue of what's going on, start getting ready, because you're going to really start seeing these storms and these weather effects take effect major moving into the next year. Just like, Denver had 12 inches of snow 2 days ago. Our temperature went from 100 degrees. Today is Friday. On Tuesday, it was 99. On Wednesday, it was 43.
As the high.
As the high,
Yeah.
not the low.
Yeah.
That was the high, 43
Yeah, the
degrees.
60-degree temperature drop in one day.
In one day.
Mm-hmm.
So now when they make these movies, day after tomorrow, 2012, maybe those things aren't so far-fetched. Maybe we need to take them more serious than what we do. So I'm going to stop there. Again, I didn't want to get too serious. Just want to drop a little clue. Please leave us your comments, questions. I hope we kind of answered everything. My wife's going to go around now, and I'm being bombarded here.
Oh my God. It's just like little kids.
I'm being attacked here. She's going to go around and show some videos of their house. So until next time, everybody, be free. Get down! A new gun. Foot up against it.
Mm-hmm.
One foot right there. There you go. Put one foot on there and step. There you go.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Be careful.
See all these rocks, right? I'm going parasailing. king around here. I'm the king of Rancho Cucamonga. Rancho Cucamonga cracker killer.
Right. Hey guys. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm spray painting the, what do you call it, the whirly birds and these vent covers for the roof. And what we wanted was to have a air ventilation system for the roof to blow hot air out and bring cool air in. We're creating soffits under the roof so that it can be an exchange of hot and cool air. That way we keep a consistency of temperature in the house. Of course, that's what we want with the insulation. So the whirly birds will bring in cool air and bring out hot air. So we'll have an even exchange. So that's what we're doing right now, is creating a nice ventilation system on top of the insulation so that the shipping container and the bedroom, the whole house, can maintain a constant, comfortable temperature as much as possible.
And she's painting them, so she wants them to look pretty.
Right. I'm painting them because I want them to match the roof color. I didn't want, silver whirly birds and vents on top of my copper roof. So I'm trying to match it all. So,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Cool. So just giving you a perspective from inside of the shipping container home. So these are the two containers. Here, this is where obviously my kitchen will be. We already have a lot of the fixtures for the house pre-bought. But this will be the kitchen area. This is the living area. As you can see, I already have my windows that are going to be placed on this whole wall. So it'll be all windows and doors on this wall. This will be a little dining area. You see I already have the floors pulled up to go into the basement. So we are going to do the stairs to the basement. That'll be another video. This doorway will go into the utility room. And that door is going outside, of course. So this will be the utility room that will house the washer, dryer, hot water tank, batteries for the solar system, an extra freezer for food storage. Then here, I have a toilet sitting here for a reason because this is a guest bathroom.
On that wall, not right there.
Yes.
More so where the pipe is.
Right, where that pipe is. That's a stink pipe or vent pipe, whatever you want to call it. And that's the vanity for that bathroom in that box. I already have the doors for the bathroom and the French doors for the bedroom. We already have the wood burning stove, which will be right about there. This will be a living room space here. And this is the door to the bedroom.
And the ceilings will stay vaulted.
Yeah, I want vaulted ceilings. I really like the way this looks, and I like the fact that it gives the room a bigger feel. So we're going to keep the vaulted ceiling look. So this is the bedroom. This area is the master bathroom. You can see I already have my vanity, my tub, sneak peek. This is where it will be situated, right in front of the window, so I can have a nice view while I'm sitting in my tub. And then the toilet and the window. And there will be a wall situated here. So this is a preview of the house, guys. So you're pretty much seeing what this house is going to look like. It's finally looking like a home. So just to give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like. And these are the French doors coming into this bedroom. So sneak peek. So you guys have an idea of what we're doing and we don't look so crazy. So the next video, you will be seeing us install all the windows.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but the bedroom. So I'm trying to get my husband to go ahead and do the windows for the shipping container too. So let's convince some guys. I want everybody to comment on this video. Brian, do the windows for the shipping container too. Yay. All right, guys. So the next time, be free.
Gold all on my roof.